Wait, will you welcome back everyone to my stream?
So, you've managed to kill the gatekeeper. Pity. Well, you'll now be able to enter the realm proper. You'll notice there are 2 doors. One leads to the lands of Mania, the other to Dementia. Enter through either one. The lands are quite distinct, but both are Sheogorath's domain.
What's the difference?
You'll want to seek out Lord Sheogorath. I believe he has plans for you. Try not to disappoint him.
Plans for me? Oh, come on. Let's talk about New Sheoth.
It is, of course, the capital of the Shivering Isles. It is divided into Bliss, Crucible, and the Palace districts.
Let's talk about Sheogorath.
He is the Prince of Madness, the ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his will that we exist in this place. He is our Lord and Master. You'll want to speak with him soon, as I believe he has plans for you.
Yo, bro?
You will find him in New Sheoth, in his palace. It is best not to make Lord Sheogorath wait. His whims are fleeting, and should he decide you are no longer necessary, it would be to your detriment.
Let's talk more about Shivering Isles.
You will enter soon, I imagine, through the gates of madness and into the lands of mania and dementia. It is the realm of Lord Sheogorath. It is what he wills it to be. The trees bloom according to his whim, and the wind blows at his command. Tread lightly in the Isles. It is not a place suited to all mortals, but I'm sure you'll do fine.
Why are you so sure anyway? Alright, let's talk about Gates of Madness.
The doorways into the realm proper. You may enter through either one. Really, it depends on which aspect of the realm more suits your disposition. As I've said, all choices have consequences, but don't trouble yourself too much with your decision. All those that enter the realm are forever changed, but some believe it is for the better. A good portion of them, at least.
Alright, let's talk more about Dementia.
The lands of Dementia reflect the darker side of its residents. It is easy to get lost among the tangle of roots growing out of the ground. If you wish to meet Dementia's citizens, seek them out in Deepwallow or Felmore. I'm sure they'll welcome one such as you with open arms.
What about Mania?
The lands of Mania are bright, vibrant, and full of color. You'll find its inhabitants reflect the land itself. If you wish to meet the residents of Mania, you'll find them in the settlements of Hale and Highcross. Take care there. Though the citizens and creatures of Mania are colorful, they can often be quite deadly. I'm sure you can handle it, though.
Alright, we'll go for Mania.
Enlightening as always.
Bones. More loot, yay! This goes to Madness. Well, Mania entrance. Door open with key to Mania. I've entered the Shivering Isles. I should seek out Sheogorath. Maybe it's for the weather. This place is not so bright, as he told me. New Sheoth Palace. Vial of Flame. The Laughing Coast. Well, there are a few locations around here. What's next? I can see some camp. I'm not sure what to expect. This might be as well red kelp. This might be friendly, or as well it might be hostile. We found Longtooth Camp. Bark and sap. The root system and the ecology and culture of the Gnarl. Disclaimer: the editors wish to express that the views contained herein belong solely to the author and have been printed posthumously and anonymously. Forward. Before this present volume, little existed detailing the root system, tunnels and Gnarl, but rumors, superstitions and outright falsities. After consideration of such rumors and after much research and expedition into the root systems to see the Gnarl in their natural habitat firsthand, this author will elucidate the ecology and culture of the Gnarl, the nature of the root system and their symbiotic relationship. The root system, commonly believed to be a series of natural caverns and rock formations with roots and foliage growing within. The root system tunnels are in fact part of a giant living organism. Not only are these tunnels a living organic root-like entity, but each of the so-called root dungeons represents a smaller piece of a larger whole. The roots of all the trees, indeed of most of the plant life on the Isles, all connect directly to the large root system. The various twisting and turning tunnels have been created slowly over past millennia. Indeed, the growth and motion of the roots is imperceptible, though definitely recordable. The very fastest growing tunnels increase at a rate of a few feet every month, and the slowest a few inches every few decades. Amber. Amber is a colorful resin formed from hardened sap. Much like skin bleeds and scabs over to protect a wound, the root system tunnels bleed a sap that congeals and hardens into amber deposits. Even still, the walls of the roots are very resilient. Swinging a sword at the wall is not enough to puncture it. The large fissures that cause the appearance of amber are the result of the massive pressures and frictional forces encountered by the giant roots as they push through tons of rock and dirt. The Gnarl, the current and best demon, is large. Wait a bit, please. I'll take this book with me. Heretic's robe and hood. We'll take it. You're bright enough for me.
Oh!
Fork of horripilation. The predecessors. Heretical thoughts. Jewelry box. Skull. Alright, we've taken a book. Let's read it. Gnarl. The current and best theory describes the Gnarl as the caretakers and stewards of the root system. The creatures tend to the general maintenance and cleaning of the tunnels, clearing away excess amber. This behavior has been observed directly, but observation time was limited due to the aggressive nature of the Gnarl. However, the abundance of amber found on the corpses of the creatures further supports this view. There has been some conjecture, though at present very little evidence to support the claim that as Gnarl grow, they eventually become too large to maneuver the tunnels and eventually fuse with the walls, becoming themselves part of the root system. As to the recent claims of giant Gnarl, it should be noted that no credible sources exist to corroborate. However, even were these reports to be true, the rarity of such sightings would suggest that only a very few Gnarl ever grow large enough to ascend to this root state. Little is known about the natural lifespan of the Gnarl or their social behavior, since observational expeditions into the root system are difficult at best. We do know with certainty that they are very territorial. The Gnarl are so protective of their tunnels that they will respond aggressively to anyone who comes within sight, which makes studying their social systems nigh impossible. This behavior has, however, provided us with an abundance of corpses to study at our leisure. When we analyze the corpses of the Gnarl, we can see clearly that these creatures are made entirely of plant material. They are covered in bark and leaves, and over time they decompose similarly to other plant detritus. All attempts to plant Gnarl or parts thereof into the ground have been proven simply folly. To date, we don't actually know how the Gnarl reproduce. Upon examination, we have found nothing that looks like a brain as found in other sentient creatures. This does lend credence to the symbiotic caretaker theory, suggesting a kind of hive mentality, though there have been no substantiated sightings of any such queen Gnarl who might be controlling the drones. The other available explanation is that it is magic that animates these creatures, though this author finds resolving difficult questions in this manner to be counterproductive to the development of a rational theory. Conclusion. The complex root is a living organism that grows little by little each month, tunneling beneath the land. Virtually all the plant life on the Isles is connected to this root system. Severe trauma to the system walls result in the formation of amber deposits as part of its natural defense mechanism. The root system has a symbiotic relationship with the Gnarl, who act as its protectors and caretakers, and who may be phyletically and physiologically connected to the root system itself. In short, we have a living system with its own dedicated staff of protector caretakers, growing and developing largely unnoticed beneath our very feet. Here the editors wish to acknowledge that the author was found dead near the entrance to one of the root dungeons. We again wish to remind the reader that the opinions expressed by this author are his own. While we do not dismiss the rational method employed by the author in his studies, we certainly do not deny that magic is explanation enough for our Lord Sheogorath's many wondrous blessings. We did, however, carefully consider omitting this clearly treasonous second half. We have decided to include it for journalistic integrity and at the request of his generous widow. Afterward, and now I will venture towards this theoretical discussion which draws near heresy, which I dare say will one day be the end of me, but which I must put forward for good or ill. The common belief is that our Lord Sheogorath has blessed our land with two temperaments, mania and dementia. However, after much study and reasoning, I believe that it is the very realm itself that imposes upon us these two spheres of polar extremes. I have devised a clever experiment whereby I seek to prove this theory. If you take a flower from a common plant, cut it and place it in stem in water with dye in it, you will notice that the petals will slowly take on the colors of the dye. Clearly, the veins of the plant transport the color to the leaves. Now, when we look at the Dementia side of the land, colors are muted and dark, and in the Mania side, bright and colorful. I believe the root system and the gnarl that serve it are draining the color from the land of Dementia and giving it to the land of Mania. For what purpose it isn't clear, but my experiment shows how color is transported through plant veins, and what bigger system of plant veins is there than the giant root system tunnel network. Is it not then obvious that this system is the conduit of the forces of Mania and Dementia? Interesting theory, I might add. And do we not eat the plants and the fruit of the trees that connect to the root system and the bees that feed on them and drink the waters that fall from their leaves? Do we not breathe the air that carries their spores and seeds? Do we not throw our own waste into the ground to be absorbed in the soil? Thus, are we not intimately connected to the giant root system under our feet? Surely, we are one with it. Clearly, the root system is feeding those of us is the many brilliant color giving us our mood swings, filling our hearts with passions and sensations, and giving us powerful urges by stealing these things from our fellows in Dementia, leaving them dark, desperate, angry, violent, and disturbed. Sheogorath is not the source of our gifts. It is the land itself that has unbalanced us so. The Gnarl are the servants and lifeblood of this parasitic process. If we were to kill all the Gnarl, the balance would be restored. Mania would be less bright, true, but so would Dementia be less dark. We and our world would become whole again. Let go of your belief in the collective fantasy of Sheogorath. Let go of your belief in your own special gift. We must destroy the Gnarl and the root system. We must destroy those who shackle us to believe in some haughty and aloof ruler who toys with our emotions and well-being. To arms, brothers and sisters, to arms! That's not bad. The predecessors. It's not large enough. I mean, it's not too large. Right. The predecessors. Being an examination of the curious ruins of the Shirin Isles and their terrible significance for our future, by Ingvar the Wanderer. The ancient ruins that dot the countryside are a familiar sight to the inhabitants of the Shirin Isles, so familiar that their true significance has escaped notice of most. Until now, I have recently uncovered the terrible secret hidden in these ruins, and I will now share this secret with you. But be warned, this knowledge may be too much for some, as you will know the awful fate that lies in store for you, but will be powerless to do anything to prevent it. If you are strong enough of mind to withstand the psychic shock of having your grim future laid bare, read on. My interest in the ruins began with a simple observation. All the ruins visible on the surface appeared to be of roughly the same age and architectural style who created these once mighty structures and what happened to them. Further investigation revealed an even stranger truth. Although the ruins superficially all appear to derive from the same era, they are in fact of wildly different ages. Many thousands of years separate the ruins of Killarney, by far the oldest extent of the surface despite its relatively well-maintained state, from the ruins of Ebroca, which at almost 1,000 years old is one of the youngest sites in the Isles. For those who would dismiss this conclusion, I invite you to visit the ruins and examine the evidence for yourselves. In the depths of the strata covering the buried portions of the structures, the weathering of the exposed stone, the growth of vegetation on and around the structures, etc. I have compiled the evidence in a separate monograph, dating the predecessor ruins, shocking new evidence comprehensively explained, which is presently unpublished, though I will gladly make it available for those scholars wishing to delve further into the minutiae of the subject. Once I began to accurately establish the dates of the various ruins, a disturbing pattern emerged. The ruins fell into distinct periods, each period separated by exactly 1,000 years from the other. Although Killarney remains the exception, being many thousands of years older than the next oldest extant ruin, suggesting only that the ruins from many earlier eras lie waiting to be discovered, or have been lost to the ravages of time. What could account for this process of destruction repeating itself every 1,000 years without fail? The legend of Greymarsh sprang immediately to mind, the ancient tale of a vengeful god venting his wrath upon the land. What if it were more than a legend? If it were the dimly remembered account of a real event? I suddenly realized the significance of the dating of the most recent ruin that I have discovered, Ebroca, which my test proved to be about 1,000 years old. Yes, dear reader, we come to it at last. The cataclysm is upon us again. I have dated the ruins of Ebroca to great accuracy. I know the very year of our doom. I refrain from publishing the exact date, as this knowledge is a terrible burden that I would not inflict on others. For a long time I hesitated from issuing even this general warning, fearful of inciting panic or despair, but I have concluded that it is better to have time to prepare for the end in whatever way one sees fit than to have it thrust upon them unawares. I no longer doubt that the legend of the Greymarsh is based on historical events, and that the last days of our civilization will be terrible. The blasted and tumbled stones of the mighty cities of bygone eras are testament enough to that, but I find it strangely comforting to know that our end is already written in the stones of our predecessors, and that struggling against our doom is as pointless as shouting against the incoming tide. I hope that at least a few of my readers will find equal solace in this bleak foreknowledge. Well, we've got critical thoughts right here. Heretical thoughts. Zealotry is an abomination that must be wiped from the Shiren Isles. We cannot suffer their beliefs to spread to even one more soul. They name us heretics for our lack of belief. We gladly accept the name and will make an honorable one. It is not heresy to speak truth. It is not heresy to speak out against an unjust lord. It is not heresy to take arms and action in defense of true belief. We are the so-called heretics of the Shiren Isles, but we do not speak heresy, we speak the truth. Our Lord, Sheogorath, is but a man. He is only flesh and blood, not a god, and certainly not a Daedric prince. There are no princes in the realms of the Daedra, only vile servitors such as the hungers that we summon to do our bidding. Sheogorath the False is a mad despot. Years of dabbling in foul magic and consorting with Daedra have driven him mad. He is not a fit ruler, let alone divine. He perverts the teachings of Arden-Sul, he who gave us his heart's blood. When the truth of our cause is common knowledge among the people, we will drive him from New Sheoth and put that cesspool to the sword. His four limbs will be scattered to the four winds. His head will rest upon the hill of suicides, and his heart shall be burned in the flames of freedom. His entrails shall be fed to the dogs. Really, the dogs. We will make all the people of the Shiren Isles wear the robes of the heretics. By these robes we know each other to be true non-believers. The people shall return to the wilderness and live among the wild things as we do. They will see the wisdom and purity of the life we lead, and they will hail us as saviors. No, they won't. They attacked me. But alright, I'll take it. Wait a minute, please. And I'm back. Let's head further. Must say that this is gorgeous. I've entered the Shiran Isles. I should seek out Shogora. Yeah. And we've entered here by night. I forgot to check out how much charges left in my Azure Star. Well, the result is enough to make a difference. Yet another encampment. I only hope that there is a way, if I accidentally jump out from some height, that there is a way to get back. Voracious hunger. Hunger tongue. Where's the freaking encampment? Oh, there it is. He's ugly. Should at least. Silver carafe. We don't need this bowl, nor this tin cup. So these are just supplies. least he's not trying to parry. Whoa. Bone shard. Exploded. Oh, we got a cave here. Not too far from the entrance. The land of Mania. Tire Warren. They should have composed new music for this DLC. Hollow Stump. Elder Gnarl.
Oh!
It's big. It can parry my attacks. We're silenced. Therefore, we retreat. Come on. These attacks are too powerful. Hey. Now bark. Verdant Gnarl. Damn it, he died too fast. Oh, Ember. What are you, hulking seal? Greater. Alright, this is something. Something is trying to find us. Elytra Matron. That was painful, and I was silenced as well. We need to evacuate now. The main danger they radiate is that they can silence me. Therefore, I can't use magic while fighting them. Well, almost. Plan here. Oh, it's a long tunnel. Maybe I should use my proven tactics. Not bad. It gives me an advantage. Unfair advantage. Yeah, I've been here. Hey, what if I climb back? Damn it, damn it, damn it. Ah. Alright, let's check out the tunnel I haven't been in. Or at least further underground. More cloak spell. Hey, what the hell? That thing disabled me or something. Ooh, that's how it works. Just a scripted event. Not only it happens to me, but to my enemies as well. I thought that my enemy was dead. And that thing activated. Right. Let's proceed. Old Emberstone. Ooh, door. I like how they added more content to this game. If only it had more in it. Because for now it feels like I play the same game. More amber. Right, what else do we have? Ooh, we need to recharge now. He silenced us. Prick. Well, here's the second level. Can't see any enemies here. Well, that one is enemy. Let's switch to cloak. How much charge did they give me? I hope lots. Great. Alright. By my account, it is lots. Elitha Ecor. Alright, here we go. Can now proceed. This cave leads somewhere. Also, I think I saw an enemy there. Drainer Soul Gem. Right, usually that flickering indicates that there is some cold ember limb. Usually it indicates that we have some madness or something like that. Pretty waterfall. I wonder, is there a way back up? Because I can't see any. It reminds me of Half-Life First. The first game of Half-Life. This branch can be used to climb. So there should be a tunnel. Yeah, there it is. Therefore, there should be a creature here somewhere I could kill. Doesn't look like I find any. Alyssa. Grey trousers. Huntsman moccasin. Alyssa's journal. The sun. So, now we have a specialized bow. I hope I won't sell it by accident. This is Scaron. Alyssa's journal. Second C. Cyrdas. Frelia surprised me when he brought me to this place. It is quite beautiful here. This will be a much needed vacation from the city. I have found the cool water from the stream nearby to be quite refreshing. The spot above the waterfall is a great area to clear my thoughts. I shall bathe here frequently. What? 7th mid-year. Curious. His continual reference of this place as our home is beginning to annoy me. How do I tell him it is not my wish to spend the rest of my days here? 11th mid-year. Morndas. Frelius informed me that he plans on making this dwelling our permanent home. I will try and convince him otherwise. I do not see us living here for the rest of our lives. 15th mid-year. Fridas. This place is beginning to feel like a cage. I need to get out. I am in much need of fresh air, of sunlight, of life. I am going to try and find some way out of here so I might be able to grab a bit of freedom from time to time. 20th mid-year. Midis. I have been spending more time at my daily bath scouting the area below, trying to find safe passage. I do not think he suspects anything, so I will continue my search. 22nd mid-year. Fredas. I climbed down the cliff face today and into the cavern below to scout out a safe passage. I was careless in my steps and alerted a nearby creature. I quickly retreated up the walls and bruised my arms and legs in the process. I don't think Frelius has noticed the bruises, and he has not mentioned anything about them as of yet. I need to be more careful. 24th mid-year. Sandas. I think I have found a way around the creatures. Yes, I am certain. Before I try to escape, I will attempt to convince him to leave this place once and for all. 27th of mid-year. Middas. My confession of last night to Frelius worked. He is letting me return to the city. In some ways I am sad. Sad that I will not see him for a while, for I know he loves me and I just cannot stay here for the rest of my days. I leave as soon as I am finished packing. Surdas. Frelius. Why do you not come for me? I am hurt, I am scared. I scream your name, I beg of you to come for me, but I do not see you. Why do you leave me here, alone and injured? I am at your mercy. Loradas. After 3 days of yelling for help near the waterfall, with no response from Frelius, I have given up hope. With my fractured leg, I cannot possibly go on. I can neither go forward nor return. I can only suffer. Morndas, Ferdas, I managed to drag myself down the stream a bit, but cannot go on. It is not so bad. I have now what I have been craving for a long time, freedom, although not as I have planned. Nonetheless, I am free. It is not so bad. The cool water from the stream is quite refreshing after all. Sad story of this girl. What was that? Oh, stop. What is that for?
How may I serve?
Vika, hello.
State your business. Cylon is holy ground, unfit for mortals.
I best be going then.
You're more intelligent than I expected from a mortal, and a male at that. Away with you then.
Speak, citizen.
I'm a citizen of what?
Halt! Mortals are not permitted within the walls of Holy Cylon. Begone, mortal.
I need a key. Hey, can I steal it? I'm good at stealing. They can see me. What if I use my cloak? I can't take any key. That's unfair. Takes lots of practice to achieve such level. Wait a bit, please. And I'm back. Can he be drowned? Oh, we're nearing some village. Yes, some village. I can see an enemy from here. Hellion. Hail, Hellion.
I bid you greetings and cheer with the grace of a noble stallion. You seem to be of fine temper and wit, says the poet known as Hallion. Yes?
That's actually not bad.
Sorry, I don't get it. You... That's... Such adventures! How I envy you! What? I can't argue with that.
Let's discuss rumors.
There is a place in the Isles that goes by the name of Split. If you think everyone there is unique, you don't know the half of
Tall trees falling house. Hellian's house. Zoe Maline's house. Zoe Maline. We are under attack. You can see an encampment from here. You found Dreamwalk Camp. Well, they've got some supplies. Heretic War Priest. The site is gorgeous. What's that? These are some ruins. There's no explanation. Alright. Seems legit.
Whoa!
Yeah, you can see me somehow. The spell called Cloak is very convenient in fights like this. Although fighting using it is boring, yet it's quite efficient. We found Camp Hopeful. Although I can't find any enemy, which is really hopeful. Let's go back using the road. Now you can't see me. Where does it go? Round and round, isn't it? Is it just me, or this road is not that accurate on the map? Alright, I guess this cave concludes our stream for tonight, because it's getting late and I want to sleep. Anyway, it was more or less exciting. I hope that for you it was too. Therefore, I wish you a good night. Stay tuned for the next episodes of... oh shit. Stay tuned for the next episodes of my stream. I wish you a good night, and until next time, bye.